Matt, how's the week been? You've finally had a moment to breathe.
Yeah, we have. The lads have trained really well. We're obviously working extremely hard towards the end goal, but we have to take it day by day. And this week we've had some time on the training ground, which we've enjoyed. Spent some time with the lads, and yeah, it's been good.
Mars Harris is one that has missed out of late. How's he?
Yeah, he had a bit of a knock issue with his back. We've had him back out on the grass the last couple of days, so he's getting closer.
You come up against a team that's in even better form than you are in Southampton. How do you approach that game?
Yeah, very, very good team. One of, if not the informed team in the league. It's going to be a very stern test for us. Obviously got some fantastic players, lots that played in the Premier League, recruited for millions and very well coached. We know we're up against a really tough team tomorrow. So we're going to have to be at our best if we want to take something from the game.
Mentally, do you change your approach though? You've had a series of home games as well. You've done well. Do you want to keep? Do you stick with the approach to those games, or do you change it because of where it is and who you're playing?
I think we try and approach every game on its own merits, whether that be at home or away, or every team's going to have their own style and their own identity and their way of playing. So, for us, we're always trying to be aware of our opposition and make sure we're prepared against that. But it's also trying to find the way that we can impose ourselves in the game. And I think we've done that to a degree in the game since we've been here, and we'll absolutely have our focus on that in every game between now and the end of the season.
And as this is like the one game in a 3-week period, is it a bit easier to be standalone with it?
Yes, is the time, because you've had the time to focus on it. In amongst the really busy games, the Wednesday, Saturday that we had last week, you have to be careful with how much change you put in between games because of the time you got to prepare. But for the game tomorrow, as we do with every game, but we've had the week to prepare and we're prepared well, and we hope to put our best selves out on show tomorrow.
Interesting dynamic where they played on Wednesday night and you've had a 3 weeks.
Yeah, and again that will, I'm sure, add into their preparation. But they've got some fantastic players and they seem extremely well drilled in what they're doing, so I'm sure they'll know their jobs.
Sold out away end, you were quoted at the fans forum as to how impressed you've been with the Oxford support, particularly away from home. Can they make a difference to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We've travelled in our numbers and they're back in to our players. I just think at our football club here at Oxford United, there's been some really good times and there's been some tough times in the recent history, and the guys have always been there supporting their club, and I just think that's amazing. We're going to need them, as I've said a number of times. Every single voice we are in need of every single voice, every single supporter, every player, every staff member to club together as one football club, and they've been there for us. And I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow.
Matt, there's obviously been some great away performances across the whole season, and particularly for you, Leicester, 6 out as one, doesn't it? Like a newly relegated team, and another one this weekend. How much do you look forward? Do you enjoy those trips away?
Yeah, we do. Well, you do when you play well and you pick up points. Again, probably getting back to Jerome's point in terms of tactically, we need to be very astute tomorrow because of the opposition we're facing. We need to make sure we're aware of them, but not too sidetracked by that. But these away games have been good days for us so far, and we want to add another one tomorrow. We know it's going to be an extremely tough game for us. We're not getting carried away with what we've done away from home. We have to get back to zero and make sure we build a performance.
Yeah, Tondereka is another young coach who's made a big difference at Southampton, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He's done an incredible job, a fantastic job. They've got such an elite group of players for this league, and he's done a fantastic job. And we know that we have to go be at the top of our game tomorrow. But we absolutely believe that when we are at the top of our game, that we can put on a good show, and that's where our focus is going into tomorrow.
Yeah, just lastly for me really, obviously international call-ups this week.
Yeah.
4 of the Northern Irish lads and Sparky for Wales as well. They're going away for some big games, aren't they?
Yeah.
How important are are they for those players as individuals, but also to go and experience big stages like that?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful, isn't it, for the lads? Like, it's just great for how exciting for them to go away, represent their countries in such big games. We'll be watching on with interest, and we wish them all the best. And what better way for them to go away with their countries than to come off the back of a good performance tomorrow? So I'm sure they'll focus in on that. But it's fantastic for them and for us as a football club to have our lads going away and playing in such important international fixtures for their countries.